One of the most captivating historical events in Indonesia before the 20th century is the story of the Diponegoro War, also known as the Java War, which took place from 1825 to 1830. This conflict, rooted in local resistance against Dutch colonial rule, was led by Prince Diponegoro, a Javanese noble from the Yogyakarta Sultanate. The story begins in the early 19th century, when the Dutch, through the Dutch East Indies Company, VOC, had been consolidating their control over Java. They imposed heavy taxes on the Javanese people, forced labor, cultuurstelsel, and restricted the local nobility's power. This led to widespread dissatisfaction among the Javanese people, who felt oppressed by both the economic burdens and the erosion of their traditional way of life. Prince Diponegoro, born in 1785, was the eldest son of Sultan Hamengkubuwono III of Yogyakarta. Although he was in line for the throne, he chose to live a more spiritual and secluded life, away from the political intrigues of the royal court. However, he was deeply concerned about the suffering of his people and the increasing influence of the Dutch in Javanese politics. The spark that ignited the war came in 1825 when the Dutch decided to build a road through a sacred piece of land owned by Diponegoro's family. This was seen as the final insult to Javanese tradition and religion, and it galvanized Diponegoro to take up arms against the colonial power. Diponegoro declared himself the leader of a holy war, jihad, against the Dutch, aiming to restore Islamic rule and expel the colonizers from Java. His cause attracted tens of thousands of followers, including peasants, nobles, and religious leaders who were united in their desire to overthrow Dutch rule. The war spread quickly across Java, with Diponegoro's forces employing guerrilla tactics to disrupt Dutch operations. For 5 years, the war raged on, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The Dutch struggled to suppress Diponegoro's forces due to their familiarity with the terrain and their ability to rally local support. However, the Dutch eventually resorted to scorched earth tactics, burning villages and crops to weaken the resistance. They also deployed modern military strategies and reinforcements, including mercenaries from Europe. In 1830, after years of intense fighting, Prince Diponegoro was invited to negotiate peace with the Dutch under the pretense of diplomacy. However, this was a ruse. During the meeting, Diponegoro was betrayed and captured by the Dutch. He was exiled to Makassar, where he lived out the rest of his life until his death in 1850. The Diponegoro War left a lasting impact on both Java and Dutch colonial policy. It was one of the most costly conflicts the Dutch faced during their rule in Indonesia, with an estimated 200,000 Javanese and 15,000 Dutch soldiers losing their lives. It also marked a turning point in how the Dutch governed the Java archipelago, leading to more direct control and harsher measures to prevent future uprisings. Prince Diponegoro remains a symbol of resistance and national pride in Indonesia, celebrated as a national hero for his courage and leadership in the struggle against colonial oppression. His story is a testament to the resilience of the Indonesian people and their long-standing desire for freedom.